welcome to your practice today. Just go ahead and find a comfortable spot on your mat, just sitting with your feet one foot in front of the other, and just try not to cross your ankles, allowing your knees to relax down towards the floor, and just letting your tailbone root down into the earth, so you can even lift your cheeks up if that helps you, or you can even sit on a pillow or a blanket just to help lift the pelvis up so that the knees fall below the pelvis line. Just sitting up nice and tall, opening up the chest, and then we're going to bring our hands onto our knees, palms facing up with our thumb and our pointer finger touching slightly in a mudra, a hand gesture, and just place that hand gesture palm facing up onto the knees. Closing down the eyes, and just start to relax the breath. Starting to let go of your day, bringing yourself into this present moment. And just let the breath become natural without changing the breath. Just breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. And just continuing to breathe. Dedicating this practice to the Guru Brahma, the creator, Guru Lord Vishnu, the preserver, and Guru Shiva, the destroyer. Acknowledging that life has all three components. There will always be a beginning, a process, and an ending, just like each breath has an inhale, a floating point, and an exhale. Each asana class has a beginning, a middle, and an end. Each day has a beginning, middle, and end, and on and on and on. Every single thought wave, every single action, everything is cyclic, and acknowledging that nothing lasts forever, and we're always starting something new and ending something old. It's just enjoying the moment as it arrives. So today we're just going to give thanks to the cycle of life. Bringing your hands together in your heart space, Anjali Mudra. Opening our practice with a single chant of Om. Taking an inhale and an exhale, completely letting it all go. Inhale to prepare. Just gently flutter your eyes open, releasing your hands. And then we're going to bring our hands forward, shifting forward, and just come up to all fours on your mat. So on all fours here, just make sure that your hands are right underneath your shoulders, knees under the hips, and just tuck the toes under. We're going to just warm up our spine with some cat-cow. So taking an exhale, we're going to round up our spine as we tuck the tailbone in. And then inhale, head up, chest up, look up. Exhale, head down, rounding up the spine, tuck the tailbone in. Inhale, head up, chest up, look up. Exhale, head down, rounding up the spine, tuck the tailbone in. Inhale, head up, chest up, look up. Exhale, head down, rounding up the spine, tuck the tailbone in. and breathe. So we're just going to come back to neutral. From here, just bring those hands forward a little bit, spreading the fingers wide. We're going to just press back into our downward facing dog. So we're just going to make sure that the feet are hip distance apart, shifting our weight back, so pushing gently through the shoulders and arms, relaxing the head down, and just allowing our heels to root down to the mat. Just continuing to breathe, taking 3 deep breaths here. So 1, shifting the weight back. 2, spread the fingers, press the palms down. And 3. On your inhale, looking forward, step, walk, or jump to the front of the mat. Lengthening up the spine. And then exhale into a forward fold. Inhale as you bring the arms up. Reach up, rise up, palms press. Exhale, bringing your hands down to heart center. So let's just warm up with some Surya Namaskar. So taking our arms up, inhale, and then exhale, fold. Bring your fingertips in line with the toes. Inhale, lengthening the spine, looking up. Exhale, press palms, step, walk, or jump, Chaturanga Dandasana. Keep those elbows tucked in as you lower down. Inhale, pushing through, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Again, let's just take 3 deep breaths here. Spreading the fingers, press the palms down into the mat, bringing the heels down. Just slight micro bend in the knees and the elbows. So we just want to be a little bit soft, but still strong in this pose. 3 deep breaths. And 1 more. Inhale to look forward. Step, walk, or jump to the front of the mat. Toes touch, lengthening the spine, looking up halfway. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bringing the arms up, reach up, rise up, press palms. And then exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, arms up, reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, press palms, step, walk, or jump back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, sliding through, upward dog. So you want to be flat on the feet, lifting the knees and the hips up off the floor. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Two more deep breaths here. One more. Inhale, look forward, step, walk, or jump to the front of the mat, toes touch, lengthening the spine halfway up, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring the arms up, reach up, rise up, press palms. Exhale, bringing the hands down to heart center. Coming into a new sequence now, so we're going to sweep the ground, Utkatasana. Inhale, coming up, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine, looking up halfway. Exhale, walk or step back, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog, opening the heart. Exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping your right foot forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms up, little slight back bend, and then exhale, Bringing the palms back down to the earth, stepping back into your downward facing dog. Inhale, stepping your left foot forward. Arms up. Reach up. And exhale. Hands down. Stepping back. Downward facing dog. Inhale to look forward. Step, walk, or jump to the front of the mat. Toes touch. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Arms up. Rise up. Reach up. And then bringing the palms down to the heart. Again, inhale, sweep the ground, Utkatasana. Coming up into your chair pose, so you want to tuck the tailbone in. Make sure that your ribs aren't flaring forward, so bring the ribs in. And then on your exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthen the spine. Exhale, press palms, step, walk, or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, sliding through, upward facing dog. Look to the nose. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, bringing the right leg high this time. Foot flex, so toes down, keeping your hips square. Then exhale, opening the hip, three-leg dog, bringing that right heel towards the booty. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, stepping it forward. Inhale, arms up, high lunge. And exhale, bringing the hands down to the earth. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Keeping those feet 2 fist width apart. Inhale, left leg high, toes down, keep those hips square. And then exhale, opening the hip, bringing that heel down towards the booty. Inhale to lengthen, bringing that left leg nice and high. Exhale, step it forward, high lunge. Inhale, arms coming up. Sinking down to that hip. Exhale, lowering the hands to the earth. Stepping back, downward facing dog. Inhale, looking forward. Step, walk, or jump to the front of the mat. Toes touch. Lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms coming up, reaching up, rising up. Exhale, hands to heart. One more time. Inhale, sweeping the ground, Utkatasana. Coming up into your chair pose, tuck the tailbone in. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, press palms, step, walk, or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, look forward, step, walk, or jump to the front of the mat. Lengthening the spine. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, arms coming up, reaching up, rising up. And exhale, hands to heart center. So from here, standing at the top of the mat, we're just going to come onto our tiptoes. So keeping our hands into our heart, nice and tall on the tiptoes. Find your drishti, your focal point, engaging those thighs, squeezing the thighs towards each other, lengthening up through the crown. And then on your next exhale, we're going to slowly lower down, staying on those tiptoes, bending the knees. Take your time. Coming all the way down. Good. So from here, see if you can close down the eyes. Continuing to breathe, relaxing the shoulders down. Just finding that inner stillness. Inhale, quietly open the eyes. Exhale, bringing the hands down, lengthening up the legs. So from here, we're just going to step our feet hip width apart. Bending that left knee slightly, keeping your left hand to the floor. Right leg as straight as possible. Inhale, right arm up. And if you can, look up towards that right hand, keeping your neck nice and long. And then on your exhale, release. We're going to switch to the other side. So left leg is straight. Micro bend the right knee, right hand to the floor. Inhale, left hand up. As you reach up, look up. And exhale as you release. From here, staying in our forward fold, you can either grab a hold of each elbow with each palm and just let the weight of your arms pull you down into your stretch, or grabbing a hold of our big toes with our peace fingers, taking an inhale to lengthen up the spine, legs are straight, and then on the exhale, coming into the forward fold, bringing the elbows out to the sides to help draw you in. So we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Relaxing the head and the neck. Just bringing the chest towards the thighs. Two more breaths. Coming a little deeper with your exhale. Here, we're just going to walk our hands forward, stepping our feet back, coming into downward facing dog. Really lengthening, stretching out through those fingers, and you want to keep your middle finger facing forward. Couple more breaths. From here, we're going to take an inhale, bringing our left leg high towards the sky. Exhale, bring that knee in towards the nose. Inhale, bring your left leg over to the right side. And exhale, opening up. So staying here, 5 breaths, reaching tall, lifting that pelvis as high as you can. And 3, reaching those fingers. 4, pressing down through the right pinky. And 1. Inhale, looking down. Exhale, planting the right hand. Inhale, left leg up. And exhale, releasing it down. Other side, so inhale, right leg high. Exhale as you bring the knee in towards the nose. Inhale, lengthening the right leg to the side. And exhale, reaching up. Continuing to breathe. 5 breaths. Lifting that pelvis. Two more breaths. Reaching up. Planting those left pinky toes down. 1 more breath. Inhale to look down. Exhale, planting the hand down. Inhale, extending that right leg back. And then exhale. Release. From here, in your downward dog, inhale, shifting forward, coming into plank. So we're going to stay here, holding the abdominals in. So draw the belly button towards the spine, pressing up through the shoulders, spread those fingers, and just continue to breathe. 3 more breaths. And on the next exhale, we're going to chaturanga down. Listen, inhale as you push back up, plank. And exhale, chaturanga. Inhale to plank. And exhale. 1 more. Inhale, coming into your plank. Exhale. Chaturanga down, just come all the way down onto the belly. Good. We're going to bring our toes touching, heels touching, cobra. So lifting up the chest, release the hands. And you want to keep those elbows tucked in. Lifting up the chest as much as you can. Taking another inhale as you lift the chest a little higher. And exhale, release. We're going to take a nice stretch to the shoulders here. So we're going to bring our right arm out nice and long, one line with the shoulders, palms facing down. And then from here, we're going to bring our left foot over to the right as we open up. And just walk that left hand in underneath your left shoulder. So if you can get your left knee bent with your foot flat to the floor, great. If you're really flexible, you might be able to bend both knees, feet flat to the floor, and just rest your head. Make sure that that right arm is in a nice straight line from the shoulder. And just gently release. Coming back to center, we're going to switch out to the other side. So bringing that left arm nice and long, one line with the shoulder. Inhale as you bring your right foot to the floor if possible. Bending 1 or 2 knees. Just taking a nice stretch, just letting your head rest at the floor. And gently release. Coming back onto the belly, bringing the hands underneath the shoulders. Tucking the toes under. We're going to take an inhale, pushing up. And then exhale, press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, looking forward. Step, walk, or jump to the front of the mat. Lengthening the spine, halfway up. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, bring the arms up, reach up, rise up, and then exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. From here, standing nice and tall, we're gonna bring our right knee up, foot is flexed, and then on the exhale, we're gonna start to bring our right foot back as we hinge forward, coming into our warrior 3. So you want to keep the right foot flexed, toes down, so you want to keep those hips square. And you can either keep your hands in prayer, or you can bring your hands all the way forward, creating that beautiful T shape with the body. So just staying here 3 more breaths. Inhale. Bringing that right knee all the way up. Try not to touch it down to the floor. And then exhale, bringing your right ankle on top of the left knee or thigh. From here, keeping our hands to prayer, we're just going to slowly bend that left knee, keeping our spine nice and straight, chest lifted. So that might be enough for you. You can stay here. Or you might be able to come all the way down into a squat with the one knee bend. So just see what feels good for you today. See how far you'd like to go. Inhale. Coming all the way back up. Ooh. Bring that knee into the chest. And then release. Whoa. Shake that all out. Okay, so we gotta do the other side, make it all even. So with our hands to prayer in front of the heart, taking an inhale, bringing our left knee in towards the chest. And then exhale as we bring it back, coming into warrior 3. So again, you kind of keep those hands to prayer, reach them forward. You may or may not have room for this. Beautiful. Taking an inhale, bringing that left knee up to the chest, try not to touch it down. Left ankle on top of the right knee. And then go ahead, bend that right knee as you sink down into this balancing pose, keeping your spine straight, chest open. You can again come all the way down into a squat with that one knee. Just balancing on the right tiptoes. Or feel free to stay here. One more breath. Inhale. Bring that left knee back up high to the chest. And then exhale. Bringing it down. Release and just shake it all out. Ooh. I know my legs were burning. Nice and hot. So standing nice and tall. Let's take our Vinyasa. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, press palm, step walk or jump back. Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale, sliding through. Upward facing dog. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. So from here, we're going to take an inhale. This time on our exhale, we're going to step our feet nice and wide on the outside of our hands at the front of our mat. So with our inhale, looking forward. Exhale, bend the knees, stepping forward. So bring those feet really nice and wide. Try and bring the heels down to the floor if you can. Palms press in together with your elbows on the insides of the knees. Just gently opening up those knees, feeling that nice stretch in the hip. Lengthening up through the spine. You can just take a moment here, closing down the eyes. And this might be enough for you, so feel free to stay here. Otherwise, we can bring our right hand down to the floor as wide and over to the side as much as we can. Inhale, left arm reaching up. And again, this might be enough for you. If it is, stay here. If you would like to go a little further, you can come into a bind. If you do have a strap, you can use it here. Just grabbing a hold of the fingers behind the back, making sure that right shoulder is rotated open in front of that right knee. And just looking up. And we're just going to release. And we're going to come to the other side. So opening up that left hand as far over as you can. Inhale, right arm up. Or go ahead and take that bind if that is in your practice. Continuing to breathe. Release, bringing those hands back to prayer. So from here, just bringing our hands down onto the floor, coming into crow pose. So with our crow, we're just going to, with our hands straight down underneath our shoulders, we're basically going to bring our shins, our legs, on top of our arms. So our arms are going to hold ourselves up, so nice little arm balance, creating strength in the arms. And the trick is to look forward on your mat. So you don't want to look straight down, just look slightly ahead. And spread those fingers nice and wide. I like to lengthen up the legs to start with a little micro bend. And then we're going to shift our weight forward. So we're going to stack our shoulders over top of our wrists. Continuing to look forward. Bring each knee to each arm. You might need to kind of play around till you find that sweet spot. And then slowly bring one foot off the floor, and then the other. Toes touch. And just hold for 5 breaths. If you come out of it, that's okay. If you've had enough, just come into child's pose. So just work on this for a few more moments here. And inhale. If you can, press back, chaturanga, or fake it till you make it. And then slowly come down. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, press back. Downward facing dog. Good. Inhale to look forward. This time we're going to jump our feet on the inside of our hands. So a little squat at the front. And then from here, coming into a little twist. So we want to bring our hands to prayer. Nice and tall. Inhale, lengthening up. Exhale, bringing our left elbow onto the outside of the right knee. So our knees have a tendency to start to shift, so one's going to try and go longer than the other. Try and keep those legs engaged so that the knees stay at the same length here. So you want to keep them together, not separating. In your twist, lifting up the chest, And try and twist back so that the thumbs are right in the center of your sternum. If you have your balance, see if you can look up over that right shoulder. So we're going to hold for 5 more breaths. On the exhale, twisting back a little deeper. On the inhale, lengthening up the spine. 3 more breaths. And 1. Good. From here, just bring your hands down beside you. So we're going to try side crow now. So we're going to bring our hands shoulder width apart. And again, it's just a matter of balancing on the arms. So just shifting that weight forward. Spreading the fingers, again, looking forward, not straight down. And we just want to bring our elbows right into, so our right elbow is going to come into our hip, left elbow is supporting the knee and the leg. So go ahead, give it a try. Just shifting the weight. And then you can slowly bring the feet off the floor. And just hover, maybe it's for a second. And then go again. And so we'll just continue with that. A couple more tries. If the wrists are sore, you can just come out of that side crow, maybe just bring your left hand to the floor and a little twist, right arm up. Just gently release. Inhale, bring those hands back to the heart. And then exhale, we're going to bring our right elbow onto the outside of the left knee. Into that little twist. So lengthening the spine. And then on the exhale, twisting deeper. Trying to bring those thumbs into the center of your sternum. Right into the center of the chest. So you really want to twist. Lengthen. And then if you've got that balance, you can bring your gaze back over that left shoulder. So just a couple more breaths. And gently release. So again, let's do a little side crow. If that's too much for you or the wrists are tired, just come into that nice little twist. So right hand to the floor and then left hand up. But I really encourage you to give this side crow a try. So with our hands right beside us, shoulder width apart, spread those fingers wide. And again, we just want to find that space where we can bring our left hip into our left elbow, right elbow into the knees. Looking forward, shifting the weight. Sorry, I just don't have much room there. So after you've tried it a little bit, give it a couple goes. Or stay in that open twist. take an inhale, coming back to center. Exhale, bring the hands down and just lengthen up the legs. Woo, feel that blood circulation come back through. You can walk it out, just bending one knee at a time, relaxing the head. Good. So we're in our forward fold. On your next inhale, we're going to bring our arms up, reach up, rise up. And then this time, exhale, bringing the hands down, Tadasana. So let's just take a moment, close down the eyes. In our Tadasana, we just want to tuck the tailbone in, open up the chest, palms facing forward. And just feel those heels root down, reaching your crown up towards the sky. Here, quietly open your eyes, taking an inhale, reaching the arms up, reach up, and then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lengthening the spine. Exhale, press palm, step walker, jump back, Chaturanga, Dandasana, lowering down. Inhale, sliding through, upward facing dog. Exhale as you press back. Downward facing dog. From here, we're going to root our left heel down, so back foot's a 45-degree angle. Inhale, stepping your right foot forward. Coming up, Vinyasa 1, so warrior 1. And then from here, opening up warrior 2. So let's just workshop this for a moment. So have a quick look, making sure that that front heel lines up with the middle of the back foot. We want to tuck our tailbone in, so we're not sticking out. Keeping our torso straight up and down. Try and keep that right knee into a 90-degree angle, knee over that ankle. So sometimes you have a tendency to bring the knee in. So we just want to keep it properly stacked. Arms are up, one line with the shoulders. Relax the shoulders down, but keep those arms strong, reaching the fingers away from each other. And then keep your gaze forward, out through that front middle finger. Good. Inhale, reverse that front palm, reverse warrior. And then exhale, we're going to windmill back down, palms to the earth, stepping back, downward facing dog. From here, bringing that right heel down, so right foot's a 45-degree angle. Inhale, stepping left foot forward, coming up, warrior 1. And then exhale, warrior 2. So again, we'll workshop this. Gives us a chance to really define our posture. So again, knee over the ankle, keeping that knee stacked, not letting it roll in, tucking the pelvis in, tuck the tailbone in, standing nice and tall, torso straight up and down, so we're not leaning forward or back, and really allow yourself to sink down as much as you can. Arms out, one line with the shoulders, relaxing the shoulders down, spreading those fingers, reaching through, looking out through those left fingers. Inhale, flip the palm, reverse warrior. Keeping that left knee bent. And then exhale, windmill the arms down, stepping back, downward facing dog. Beautiful. So from here, inhale to look forward, exhale to jump all the way through the hands if you can, or just cross the ankles and come to sit. So if you have a block, make sure that that's handy. We're going to use it for our next posture. I'm just going to flip around here. We're going to slowly come down onto our backs. So sitting nice and tall, legs straight, arms are out, one line with the shoulders, or with the legs, excuse me. Inhale, sitting tall, and then exhale, really, really, really take your time, nice and slow as you roll all the way down, keeping abdominals contracted, coming down onto the back. So, grab that block. If you don't have a block, you can always use a book if you have one that thick, although a book that thick can be quite heavy. So I always recommend just invest in a block. I got this block and strap in a kit for $6 from Kmart, so it's really inexpensive. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bring our block onto the inside of our thighs with the skinny, with it skinny. So it's not wide, nice and skinny to start. So right in there. And then we're gonna squeeze our thighs. So we're gonna squeeze that block, bringing our legs up, feet flexed. And then just bring your arms out, one line with the shoulders, palms facing down. If you like, you can close down the eyes. But start to be aware of the body. Maybe the legs are shaking. What's your stomach doing? As this happens, it has a tendency to pop out. So you want to draw the belly button towards the spine. Keep it nice and tight, nice and engaged. Feet flexed. And then we're going to take 5 little lowers here. So squeezing that block in between the thighs. Take an inhale, and then on the exhale, lowering the legs down, just hovering above the ground a couple of inches, and then inhale, coming back up. Exhale to lower, and inhale. Exhale. Inhale for 3. 2 more. Exhale with control. Inhale to come up, and exhale. Inhale. This time we're going to draw a diamond with our legs. So imagine there's the 4 points of the diamond. So we're going to take our feet over to the left point of the diamond, down to the bottom, over to the right point of the diamond, and then back up to the top, and reverse that diamond. So over to the right point of the diamond, down to the bottom point, over to the left point, and back up to the top. One more each direction. So lowering our feet to the left point, down to the bottom, inhale to the right, and exhale to the top, and reverse. Inhale to the right, exhale to the bottom, inhale to the left, exhale to the top. Good. And just take a moment, we're not quite done. From here, we're just going to bring it a little bit wider now. So we're going to flip it so that it's wide in between the legs. Bring those legs, so that the knees are bent, legs parallel to the floor. And then we're going to bring our hands behind our head. And we're going to take an inhale coming up for 1. Squeeze the thighs. And exhale. And 2. Exhale. 3. Inhale. And 4. And 5. Good. And release. You can release that block now. So when we have a strong core, we can really practice our inversions, our headstands, our handstands, and that takes a lot of arm strength as well. So that's when we were doing our crow and our side crow. So now the playtime. So we're going to come into our headstand. So if you haven't done headstand before, that's okay. We've got a few different options. So basically, find a wall, a trusty wall. They are great to use to help you at home or wherever. So what we're going to do is interlace your fingers, and then you're just going to bring it onto the back of the head. And when you're down, you want to keep your elbows in line with the shoulders. So don't let them come open to the side. You really want to draw them in so they're shoulder width apart. And we're going to come down. So top of our crown meets the floor. Keep those elbows tucked in. And then we're going to come onto the toes, legs straight, almost kind of like we're in a downward dog. And we're just going to start to walk our feet in. And then you'll feel the weight shift in the shoulders. So as you walk in, you're going to start to stack your hips over the shoulders. So that's what we want. And then from there, you can maybe just bring one knee in, see how that feels, bring it down, bring the other knee in, or we can bring both knees up and maybe just balance there. And if you can't bring yourself up, just using your abdominal strength. So if you're kicking your feet up, just try and bring it back a little bit. Work on your abdominal strength. So I'd rather you bring the knees up into the chest and just hold there until you get that strength up. And then once you can hold your knees into the chest and keep that balance with your weight over the shoulders like that, then at that point, then you can start to straighten up the legs. So let's just have a go. Keep going. We'll take a couple tries, and then feel free to come down into child's pose when you've had enough. So again, interlace those fingers, elbows in line with the shoulders, walking the feet in, and first just see if you can come up, holding the balance with the knees in towards the chest, and then you can slowly start to lift up, squeezing the thighs. And again, you've got that wall there, right? So you can always kick and just kind of touch back to see where you're at. But encourage yourself to try and find that balance without the wall. Squeeze the thighs towards each other, zipping up through the abdominals and thighs, lifting up through the shoulders. And again, when you've had enough, just slowly come down. Take a nice child's pose. Child's pose is great for a recovery pose after inversions. Take a few moments here. And then bringing the hands out, pressing back into your downward facing dog. So let's just join here. Inhale to look forward, exhale, jumping through the hands, coming to your seat, and then again, just slowly with taking your time, we're going to roll down onto our backs. Bending the knees, bringing the feet below the knees, hip width apart, and we're going to come into our back bend. So we've got two options. You can come into your bridge, your spinal lift, lifting up the pelvis, interlacing the fingers behind the back, walking those shoulders in and lifting up. So stay there for 5 breaths. Or if wheel is in your practice, you can come into wheel, bringing your hands beside your ears, fingers pointing towards the feet, coming onto the crown, and then pushing up. Just opening your heart, continuing to breathe. One more breath. Good. Slowly coming down. If you're in that wheel, tucking the chin in, coming down onto the back. Good. From here, we're going to bring our knees in towards the chest, bringing our left ankle on top of the right knee. Arms are going to open, one line with the shoulders. And on the exhale, slowly lowering your knees down to the left side and just kind of let the knees and feet relax. So it's just kind of straightening that right leg a little bit, keeping that left knee bent, ankle on top of the leg, and just feeling a nice little twist here. Try and keep the booty in the center of your mat, so if you need to readjust, go ahead. And then just looking to the right, taking a few more breaths here. Just releasing the spine. And inhale, release. Bringing the knees back up to center. We're going to switch. Right ankle on top of the left knee. And then slowly lower down to the right side. And just allow yourself to turn the head, looking to the left. Feeling that nice little twist. Try and keep those shoulders flat to the floor. Closing down the eyes, just taking another moment. And then inhale, bringing yourself back up to center. Exhale, hugging both knees in towards the chest. And release. So we're going to come into our shoulder stand. So on our backs, we're going to take an inhale, bringing our feet up over our head. And first just come into plow. So we're going to touch our toes to the floor, if possible, behind the head. Bringing our feet flat, so tops of the toes is to the floor. Interlace your fingers behind the back and just wiggle and walk those shoulders underneath your back. So that's just gonna help prep us. Then hands come to the lower back, palms nice and flat. As you lift, squeezing those thighs, bringing the feet up towards the sky, shifting the pelvis forward over top of the shoulders. So just continue to breathe, holding here for another 5 breaths. And slowly coming down, coming back into that plow, touching the toes over the head. Release the hands, palms facing down. We're going to slowly roll down, vertebra by vertebra, with control. Coming down, and we're going to bring our hands underneath the booty, palms facing down. Continuing to lower the legs, and then once the feet are to the floor, we're going to lift up our chest, coming onto the elbows and forearms, head back, coming into fish. So we want to have our toes and our heels touching, so feet are together, lifting up the chest, keeping that top of the crown touching the floor slightly. Open the heart. And release. Release the hands, taking an inhale, bringing your right knee in towards the chest. Exhale as you bring it over to the left side. Just a little twist, release. And on the next inhale, bring the knee back to center. And exhale, bringing it long. Inhale, bringing the left knee in. And exhale, sending it across the body to the right side as you look to the left. Try and bring that knee down to the floor while keeping your shoulders flat to the floor. Inhale, bringing your knee back up to center, taking a nice little hug, and then exhale, release. As we come into our Shavasana relaxation, feel free to grab a blanket or sweater, something to stay nice and cozy. And just go ahead, lay down onto your mat with your feet nice and wide. And then arms beside the body, palms facing up to receive. And just close down the eyes. So as you start to relax the body, relaxing the mind, relax the breath. And just bringing your awareness back to our intention, honoring the circle of life. And as our practice comes to an end, just being here in this present moment, not letting our thoughts wander and distract ourselves from keeping our awareness on the breath. Just breathing in and breathing out, trusting that the work is done, and just letting every muscle, every bone, every tendon, every inch and cell in your body just completely relax and melt deep into the earth. And just stay here for a few more moments. And just completely let go. start to bring awareness back to the body. Gently moving the body in any way that it feels natural. Gently wiggling the toes, moving the fingers. And then keeping your eyes closed, gently roll onto your right side. And with your left hand, gently push yourself up to sitting, finding your seat, Sukhasana, with one foot in front of the other, lengthening up nice and tall and just bringing your palms together, Anjali Mudra, in your heart space. Closing out our practice with a single chant of Om. Taking an inhale and exhale. Inhale to prepare. Bringing your thumbs to your third eye. Repeat after me for hope and dreams. To the lips for truth and honesty. And back to the heart for love and compassion. Bowing forward, and we say together, Namaste. Thank you so much. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to message me. I would love to help you in any way that I can with your practice, or if you have any comments, any suggestions, anything that you'd like to have for a future class. So just let me know. I'm here. Thanks so much. We'll see you again.